Hello and welcome to an all-new edition of Comic Corner. I am, as always, Stjepin. Today, we're going to talk about a trade paperback, number 1 of Fine Print, and in parentheses down here, which you can't read, is Fine Print, or How a Divine Contract May Not Be the Best Cure for a Broken Heart. So, this is done by Stjepin Sevic. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. He does Sunstone, and he's worked for Image, Top Cow, Dynamite, and all them. Anyway, this book I got because it seemed interesting when I saw it on Diamond's previews. And basically it's about a woman who she falls in love with this guy, and she takes in she's like really awkward and stuff, has braces, and when she meets this guy, he makes her feel important, beautiful. So they end up in a relationship. Now the book doesn't cover the relationship. It like skips from when they first get together and then to where they are no longer together. And it has the woman, whose name is Lauren. She's a big time model because the guy, whose name is Matt, I think. Let me double check. I can't remember. Well, of course, because I'm looking. I can't find it. Let's see. Anyway, he was a photographer in college, and they ended up getting together, and his pictures made her popular, so she became a model. And because of the work, she takes in his name is Matt. I just found it. They end up drifting apart, and he ends up getting together with another woman, and she just goes on, becomes this big time model, and just one day realizes she's unhappy. So she tries to get back with him, but he already has a fiance. And she tries to break them up. Doesn't work. But so she starts sleeping with people endlessly. And here's where I pause, because the other part of the book follows two, let's call them demons, classes. The Cubi and the Cupid. So the Cubi, or Cubi, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, are the beings that would include incubus, succubus, I don't know if there's any others. So they're the Cubi. And they try to make contracts with humans to give up their love for desire. And on the other side of that coin, you got Cupids, which want you to give up desire for love by signing a contract. And if you sign the contract, which they call a golden contract, then it helps them gather ambrosia by planting a seed or something like that. They didn't delve too much into it. And ambrosia is what they need to stay alive. And apparently it was overflowing when people believed in demons, angels, incubus, succubuses, cupids, and all that. But because as time progressed, people stopped believing, it's been harder to get the ambrosia and stuff. So they have to make these deals to be able to get their food. And so there's it follows two, we'll call them Cuba, a male and a female, who are vying for the top spot in their world. And so shit. Anyway, they're vying for number one. And one of their we'll call them scouts. She's a disgraced succubus. And she gets people to try to sign the thing. And Lauren comes up to her. They're in a BDSM um, bar. And Lauren notices her tail. Because incubuses and succubuses have tails. And she thinks it's a costume. But she gets drunk. And the next day she calls this incubus, or succubus. I can't remember her name. I'm not going to check. But they meet together at a sex toy shop where the succubus takes and works. And Lauren sees her tail again and grabs it, thinking it's like a cosplay tail. And she starts stroking it. And the succubus is like, it just drives her crazy. Like, not crazy in a bad way, crazy in a good way. Where she's on the verge of orgasming. It seems. So, they talk about the golden contract. And Lauren is tempted, but she wants a taste of what she'll get if she signs the contract. So, her and the succubus have, we'll call it relations. And apparently, it's enjoyable. And right there is about where it ends. It makes you want to read the next volume when it comes out. This came out, I think, October? I'm not quite sure. I just received it from Black Cape. So, I know it came out sometime at the end of last year. But, it is a good book. Can't wait for the next one. I don't want to show pictures because it's dirty. But you can check out some Stjepin Sevic's artwork. He's on DeviantArt. I think he goes by Shinies. I can't quite remember. If I remember, I'll link to it below at some point. And he has a Patreon. I'm not sure what the Patreon link is. Where you can get the stuff early. And you can see some of the webcomic stuff from Fine Print and Sunstone, which is another one he does. Now, I believe it's all set kind of in the same world. But Sunstone deals with another couple. And this has more of the demons and angels, if you want to call them that, the Cupid and the succubi. But overall, they are pretty good. I've read some of Sunstone. It's decent. Fine print is good. It is geared towards adults. It's rated M for mature. And it's a fantasy romance. And $17. I'm not sure if that's what I paid for it. Probably pretty close. Overall, good book. Check it out. The artwork is amazing. I'll show you. Let me see if I can find some of the artwork in the thing. Yeah, here's like the artwork. And like if you go to his Deviant art page, you can see this better because he like did that and then put it into the book. And let's see. Here's one of the succubi and the Cupid. They have a forbidden love. They're not supposed to get together, but they do sometimes because Cupid's arrow acts like a drug, and like they just do dirty things. Like the Cupid gets all horned up. Oh yeah, all horned up. And well, these are dirty pictures. You can't see. But yeah, well worth $17. It's a good book. Oh, Meryl. That was what the one who's giving the golden contracts. That was her name. And like, I don't know if I can find a picture of her in full succubi form. Gods and goddesses, I guess, is what they're called. They're like lower gods. You got what? Full-fledged gods, like Zeus would be. And then you got demigods, and then, you know, I don't explain it well. But they do some stuff, and apparently it's so good that she starts bleeding from the eyes. Which apparently isn't a good thing, but for her, she liked it. And yeah, it's something you should definitely check out. Um, oh, and I guess Stjepin's wife Linda uh, wrote a comic called Underworld, which is set in the same universe, has the same continuity that as this. And like you meet Hades for a split second in this, and Underworld is a story with Hades and Persephone. So that might be an interesting read. I might check it out. I don't know. And this is what the cover is going to look like for Volume 2. I'm not sure when that comes out, but I'll be getting it. And with that, I bid thee a fond farewell. If you've read fine print, let me know what you thought about it. I'm curious what other people think. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I like the artwork. Stjepin also did Harleen for DC. the book about Harleen Quinzel, which I haven't read, but I love the cover, and I've been thinking about getting it. I just haven't done it yet. So with that, I bid thee a fond farewell. Until next time, I'll see you later.